All right, Packer and Durham. Our day continues, Wes. And, we're going to talk about the Pitt Panthers. And when you talk about Pitt, you talk defense. And one of the stars of stars, because they got a bunch of them, is Patrick Jones, number 2. That's right. Let's go. Defensive end, all preseason ACC, big-time dude. Patrick, first of all, good morning, man. I know you guys are ready to go.
Yes, sir. Good morning. How y'all doing?
We're good, man. I wish you could have gotten up at like 4 a.m. We could have done this thing really early before the show started. But you guys aren't messing around. This defense is no joke.
Yes, sir. We mean business.
I like that.
Patrick,
that's all you got. That's all you got to say, Wes. We mean business. I'm not going to tell you anything else other than to spot the ball. Let's go tackle the man with the football.
Well,
Yes,
Patrick,
sir.
here's the interesting thing. The curious part for me is I've heard all year long that this particular Pitt defense has been compared to Coach Narduzzi's great Michigan State teams. And I'll be honest, I followed Michigan State, but I didn't pay attention to the details of a defense. So if this defense is supposed to be like the great ones he had in East Lansing when he was the coordinator there, what does it feel like to Patrick Jones?
To me, it just feel like a brotherhood. Like we all just want to work and we all just want to be the best we could be. So if that means being like Coach Narduzzi's old defense, that means we want to be better because we want to be the best.
Patrick, here's what I want to know. Because when you answer that question, we mean business. Like I said, you don't need to say another thing for the whole interview. That's all I need to hear from you guys. But here's what I want to really know. You know what? The AP poll comes out, can't find Pitt. Coaches poll comes out, can't find Pitt. ACC rankings come out with the votes, can't find Pitt. Got to go all the way down to like the number 8 spot. I know Narduzzi and the rest of you boys in there taking care of business in that locker room looked at all that stuff and said, that is really sweet. I really appreciate you guys ignoring us up here at Pittsburgh because we can't wait to unleash the fury on this defense. I know you guys have that chip on your shoulder.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. But everything's subject to change, and that's a fact. Everything's subject to change.
Patrick, what's the run up to this season? What's the run up to this season been like for you guys?
It's definitely been a little challenge, just with everything that we had going on, but we just got great coaches, great support staff around us, so we obviously did what we had to do to be where we're at now, and now we're just ready to go.
Patrick, I got to tell you now, Paris Ford's my favorite player in the league. Don't take that personally, all right? Please don't take that personally, because I know you said,
he might be mine too.
Well, let me tell you now, number 12's got it covered in the back, but you know what? You guys make his life fun because if he's doing his job, hey, you can just go attack the guy with the football, right? I mean, you guys really do work hand in hand.
Most definitely. Just knowing that I have Paris and DeMar back there, Jay Penny and the other good corners it's a blessing, honestly, to know that I have a little extra time to get back there because we have such great coverage coming from the secondary.
Patrick, obviously Jalen had to make a tough decision, a decision about his future. And a lot of people said, okay, well, without Twyman, they might not be as good. And then Mark and I have been talking for a couple months now, but don't forget, and Coach Narduzzi reminded us too, that Rashad Weaver comes back after missing last year and getting hurt in the preseason. It's always cyclical the way this thing kind of goes. So as you guys get ready to get going on Saturday against Austin Peay, it's a step-by-step process, and you've already talked about how challenging it's been to get going. So what makes this particular team different in your mind about where Pittsburgh may go? Because you're veteran guys like you, there's Kenny Pickett, there's Jimmy at center. We've already talked about Paris in the secondary. I mean, there's a lot of veteran guys on this football team.
I think it makes us different just because, like you said, we have a lot of veteran guys on our team. So we have a lot of guys that we know what it takes we know what the work we have to do to put in to get to where we want to go. So now that we know that, we just try to bring the young dudes along with us. And and JT, he was, of course, a big loss to us, but I think he a great player. And like most great players, what they do, they leave a mark. So JT left us with a lot of knowledge and stuff too. So I feel like he did have to make a decision for his family, but he still helped us a lot while his time was here.
Patrick, I want to go to practice. All right. The one thing that Wes and I have been talking about with your football team that has to improve for you guys to get to the next level is being able to run the football. And Pitt's got a really good offensive line. We know about your defense. The defense is loaded. So in practice, when Pat Narduzzi and the boys are like, hey, all right, we're going to have to learn how to establish the run, and we have to be better running the football. I know how you guys are on the defensive side. You don't want to give up an inch. So when we get to practice now, and Pitt's over there trying to figure out, hey, we're going to learn how to run the football, but they got to learn how to do it against you guys during practice. What is that like? Because I got to figure the intensity on your side is, hey, you know what? We know you guys got to get better running the football, but you're not doing it against us. So what's that like in practice?
It's just competition. Like, I feel like our offensive linemen took great steps this year, and we have a lot of good offensive linemen returning, such as Jimmy and Bryce. And we got a lot of dudes that's stepping up in position, so it's just competition, just compete. We just compete. We talk trash, get each other going, and just make each other better.
All right, here's what I want to know. Who talks the most trash in practice? All right, on your side and then on the offense. I want to know who's the number one trash talker on D and on offense.
On defense, I'll probably say myself. I'm not even gonna lie. I talk a lot of trash. I talk a lot of trash. But on offense, I'm not really sure about the offense.
You know what? You know what that tells me? Wait a minute, Patrick. You know what that tells me? That you're keeping them. It tells me you're keeping them quiet. You're telling me, hey, listen, guys, it's 4th and 8. Y'all better punt. That's what it tells me. Because I know the attitude on that defensive side, man. You guys are not going to give an inch. It doesn't matter if it's practice, game day. It doesn't matter what it is. That's why you guys are so good on that side of the football.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Patrick, so here's the story. If it's going to be a successful season for Pittsburgh, not just on the defensive side, maybe offensively too, what's it going to take? I know you talked about the teamwork that's gone into this, the commitment, everybody's ready to work. So what are the details for this to be a great season for Pitt?
So the details, I think, just with everything going on outside this world and how crazy this world is, I just think we just got to stay focused, and we all just have to take day by day and conquer each hour by hour, and we just have to keep grinding every day. And then I feel like everything is going to fall into place as long as we keep doing the right things and keep working hard.
There you go. All right, last question for me. We do this for every student athlete. Patrick, what's the hardest class you have had at Pittsburgh?
The hardest class I ever had, I think it was like my freshman year. I took this computer programming class. It was ridiculous. That was probably the hardest class I ever took. That was probably the hardest class I ever took.
And you never looked at it again, did you? You got it done with that class. You said, you know what? You'll never see me again.
Nah. Yeah, that was probably the hardest class I ever took.
All right, I got one thing here to wrap with. Mark, here we go with another guy from the 757 that shows up on our show. I mean, Patrick, they're all over the place, and they've been all over the place for years. How does a guy from the 757 go to Pittsburgh? Because you're Chesapeake, VA, man. How does that happen?
It was all God. It was all God, honestly. That's all I can say. Just when I made my decision, I was stuck in between two schools, and God had put Pitt on my heart. So that's how I ended up being in Pittsburgh, and it's a decision I do not regret at all.
Hey, tell my man Paris Ford I can't wait to watch you guys, all right? He's my guy.
I will.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday against the Governors of Austin Peay. Patrick Jones II will be on ACC Network the next 2 weeks, this week against Austin Peay at 4 and high noon the following Saturday against the Orange of Syracuse. Stay well, my man. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. You too.